Sit in this chair for 1,000 years and watch the woods consume the neighborhood. Watch the ambitions come and go, surround me and engulf me. We could ditch the TV and spend a little more time reading books and singing songs on the porch. Sit here watching the daylight wane, leaving little trace and even less memory. I just want to be still. I just want to be still. Sometimes I wonder if I'll ever be free of these things that are weighing heavy on me, that keep me from doing or going on knowing the sun comes up. I go back to sleep. In our so-called liberation of self, we have only bound the shackles more tightly. Free up your mind and start thinking a good thought. Free your mind and be still. Free your mind and be still. Free your mind and be still. And be still.
Good afternoon folks, hope you're doing really well. Welcome back to another little video, and welcome to Halifax. I've not been to that Peace Hall for about 25 years and never seen it so packed. It is a bank holiday, it's Bank Holiday Monday, and I've been itching to get out. I've had a busy weekend and just looking forward to getting up onto the top shortly and getting some of my my beloved Pennine views. But as we go along today, you've probably seen I took the train to start my ride, so just a few miles down the Calder Valley to Halifax, and we're going to go back over the tops. But I kind of thought as we go along today I'll make a case for why you might want to consider taking the train at the start of your next bike ride. And I'm going to go through 3 real benefits as I see them for letting the train take the strain. One I think is pretty obvious, one I think's really useful, actually a really useful reason for using the train, and the third one I think is quite surprising. So yeah, without further ado, and assuming I don't fall into the river here, let's get into cobbles today's ride. So we've got a fair bit of climbing now up to Stainland, and then further on to Marsden Moor, up over Marsden Moor, down into Denshaw, and then back up and over into Newhay, Littleborough area. Got all the time in the world today, so that's going to take it easy. We're in touring mode again. Can't speak. Continuing to break in the book saddle, which I'm not going to talk about in this video. Whew. Nice, gentle 8% to get us started. Whew. Lots of colours on the climb profile.
Time to hear the tune that hits my soul. Finding the words was always the hardest part for me. A dispatch from the heart you'd have to believe. Till then, if the same goes for you,
Well, what an absolutely stunning climb that was, up from Halifax through Stainland, through Sowood, and we're going up to I think it's Pole Hill ahead before we start veering off to the right up towards Marsden Moor. We're over 1,000 feet up already. We'll get a little bit higher before we truly get to the high point for the day's ride. And yeah, it's just a great climb there. It's not too crazy, not too long, but you just get these spectacular views opening up, and for me that's what it's all about, riding around here in the Pennines. Just you know, gaze off to the left and it's Emily Moor on the horizon, gaze off to the right and it's Studley Pike on the other horizon. What a place to be. And that's where we're headed, up to that big windswept moorland up there. So we just crossed the motorway there. We're just sitting under 1,200 feet up, and the views are just spectacular up here. It's so worth the effort, as I say on many of my rides, many of my videos. And looking down, I can see the odd glimpse of the motorway below me, and just making its way under the Scamander Bridge there, and then up to the highest point of the M62. It's the highest motorway in the country, and where you see the sign, these are the high moors in this area, and you kind of don't give it a second thought when you're whizzing over the top in the car between Leeds and Manchester. But some of the bike riding around here is just fantastic. And yeah, just getting back to purpose of the video, really, the first reason where I think starting a ride on the train is worth considering is if you do a point to point, well, you can get kind of twice as far away from home as you would do doing a little kind of loop, circular loop in your local area. So I think it's a great way of getting a bit further afield without necessarily having to do more mileage. I thought, you know, for this bank holiday, I just want a kind of an easy ride, 25 miles, something like that. And without the train, to get to Halifax would probably be 50-55 mile round trip maybe from where I am. But I can kind of explore these roads and explore some new routes, stick to my, you know, relatively modest mileage for the day, but get, you know, much further away from home into these great areas without having to put any more effort in. So it feels like a little bit of a hack, a little bit of a cheat, but I think that's a great reason to consider using the train to kind of get to your starting point, and maybe to open up that kind of point-to-point day ride or ride experience. I'll just pan over to the left there. You've got Holm Moss up on the horizon, and then just further round, while there's no cars around, Emily Moor. What a place to be on a bike Monday afternoon. If I stop pedalling, barely a sound. How nice. Well folks, this is the high point of today's ride. We're at 1,554 feet according to the little GPS, and welcome to the absolutely spectacular Marsden View. Can you see Holm Moss just on the horizon there, dead ahead? Might be too small to make out on the little camera. Just an amazing panorama up here, and yeah, we're heading down this way over these hills on the horizon down to Denshaw. There's quite a strong wind at my back, and this actually brings me on to the second reason I think this is really useful in terms of jumping on a train to start your ride. So we've got today quite breezy conditions, northeasterly wind all day, gusting over 20 miles an hour throughout the day. So a southwesterly headed cycling journey, you're going to have a tailwind pretty much all the way. So that's exactly what I've done today. And when I was looking at the wind direction yesterday, I kind of clocked, you know, where the headwinds would be and where the tailwinds would be. And one of the great things about diving on the train and sort of heading out in a northeasterly direction is I can just turn around, pedal home, and I've had a tailwind the whole ride. It's fantastic. And that big pull up to where we are here on numerous other rides on tired legs into a headwind, that's broken me more times than I have had hot dinners, but not today, because it's been just a nice gentle push all the way up to this high point. So yeah, reason number two, it's really worth considering jumping on the train, particularly here in the UK where the wind does kind of blow up in the Pennines. If you fancy a ride with a tailwind the whole way, train might be the answer. Anyway, enough blathering, let's get back on the bike and head off down this way, Huddersfield Road. Never gets old. Okay, we'll bid farewell to the tops and start the descent proper now down towards Denshaw. Right, such a fun descent coming off the tops down into Denshaw, and we've got a little bit more to go down Huddersfield Road into Newhay and Milne Road, that sort of area, and some great little views now just starting to open up between the trees over to the Python Valley. Some great sort of hiking and mountain biking over that way. But yeah, before I forget, I'll just go through what I think is well, the third reason I wanted to mention as to why you might want to consider using the train to start your rides. And you might need to bear with me a little bit on this one. It's a bit more of a kind of pot theory, I suppose. But I just think introducing something a bit different and something a little bit novel into your day on the bike or your bike ride can sometimes be a really good thing. And you know, don't they say that as we get older, time really speeds up? And one of the theories behind that is that you've sort of been everywhere, done everything, seen everything, and you're not really doing anything new and novel anymore. You know, in contrast to when you're sort of younger and everything's new and exciting and you do things for the first time, and time seems to go much more slowly. I mean, I remember kind of summer holidays when I was younger that seemed to stretch a lifetime, and you know, these days they're over in the blink of an eye, and it's just part of getting older, I think. But you know, as far as you can maybe introduce a bit of novelty into your bike rides, hopping on a train and travelling out somewhere maybe you've never started a ride from, and kind of doing a point to point back home, maybe just makes that bike ride, that day on the bike, that little bit more interesting, novel, and perhaps more memorable. I don't know, might just be my pot theory there. But anyway, if you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing. It's great to have your company on these rides, and it would be great to have you following along for future rides out on the bike. Just remain safe, stay safe out there, take care of yourselves, and from up here in Pennines, happy cycling. I'll see you out on the roads very soon, no doubt. Bye.